there, I was just casually reclining amongst a large pile of footwear. This video is already way too sexual. As you guys probably know, I am a bit of a shoe enthusiast. Honestly, like even more than clothing design, I love shoe design for some reason. So I thought it would be fun to share my collection with you guys, chat about the shoes that I have. Also, all the shoes in this video, if they're still available, are gonna be linked below if you guys wanna shop them as well. I am capitalism incarnate. When did my life become about selling products? Yeah, this is a shoe collection. I hope you guys enjoy. Also, foot fetish people, please don't leave a comment about how sexy my feet are because that happened last time I did this video when I was in high school and it was very disturbing. So, masturbate in silence if you're into that. Otherwise, everybody else enjoy. Thanks. First up, we have sneakers because they still have a special place in my heart from when I was in high school, and like once a year my mom would take me to the mall and we'd get like my new sneakers for the year. So first up I have like the ultra basic pair, the Nike Air Force Ones. Everybody and the Instagram girl who runs their fan page has one of these, but honestly they are worth the hype. They're so comfortable, they go with everything. I love that there's like a ½ inch platform so I can pretend to be like a little bit taller. I also have the classic chunky Fila disruptors. I've seen so many memes on Instagram about how like disgusting and huge these are, but I don't know, I really like them. My most recent sneaker purchase are these lavender Filas, which I thought was such an interesting, almost like hiker-inspired silhouette. Like something about the lace-up pattern looks like the shoes that the boys who rock climbed in my math class wore, you know? But like in a really fashionable way. And I also like that they had a little pop of color because most of my sneakers are white and most of my shoes are very neutral, so it was nice to change it up a little bit. Recently, I also got these little Nike bowling shoes. They look very much like something Napoleon Dynamite would wear, and I am all about it. I think they would look great with some funky socks like I'm wearing right now, or with a simple pair of blue jeans and a red top to color coordinate. Next up, we've got, surprise, surprise, yet another pair of new sneakers pretending to be vintage sneakers. These are some vintage Reeboks, and I have worn the heck out of them. They're super lightweight and comfortable, so they were perfect all the days that I was running late to class when I was in college, or just for like going out and using your feet. I don't know, they're comfortable, is what I'm trying to say. Of course, I have some classic Converse because I don't know about your guys' high school, but like everybody was kind of defined by the shoes they wore a little bit. Like you could be a Vans girl, you could be a Toms girl. I was definitely a Converse girl. I don't know why I identified so strongly with this shoe brand. I guess that is capitalism at its finest. Anyways, I've always had Converse. These high tops I bought freshman year of college, and you can tell because they're pretty beat up. I also got some low tops last year to let out that spicy ankle. And surprise, surprise, I also have a vintage, quote-unquote, inspired pair of Converse. These are supposed to be like 70s inspired, but I just really like the dark green color. And of course, like pretty much every girl in America, I have running shoes as part of an aspirational gym wardrobe, so I can delude myself into thinking that I'm sporty. Other than sneakers, my most foreign category of shoes is definitely this type of low, blocky heel. They make an outfit feel a little bit fancy, but they're still really comfortable to walk in. So my first pair is my OGs. These are my picnic bitch shoes that I have had for probably 4 years now. They just look so good with any outfit. I love the oversized buckle, and I am a sucker for an ankle strap, as you guys will see with the rest of my shoes. Speaking of picnics, I have a full-on gingham pair of heels. I think these are so cute, and they're surprisingly easy to pair with outfits because most of my clothes are solids, so it's nice to have just like a little pop of pattern. These lavender shoes are so cute, but in the wise words of Taylor Swift, they are a nightmare dressed like a daydream. Yeah, these shoes are gorgeous, but they are so uncomfortable, and the main reason my ankles are so torn up right now. That and just being really bad at shaving. These yellow heels are the most comfortable shoes that I own. Okay, maybe barring some of the sneakers, but they are a ridiculously soft leather. It's just like, it's like a nice leathery sock for your foot, but like not in a weird way, in like a really comfortable way. You might recognize these white heels because pretty much anytime I do a try-on segment, these are the shoes that I wear. I love like a square neckline, I love a square toe cleavage line. I've been looking for square toe heels for such a long time, and I'm so glad that I finally found these. These are my most recent heel purchase. I got these a bit on impulse when I walked into this pretentious vintage store in LA, but they are so comfortable, and I love that they like envelop your entire toe box, so it again feels like a nice, smooth, leathery sock for your feet. I also like that these heels give off a bit more of a mature vibe. They kind of give me like a 30-year-old who is creative and owns her own business and actually remembers to clean her shower more than once per 3 months. Ashley. These heels are some of the first shoes that I really fell in love with. They were from Zara, but they sold out on Zara, so I had to hunt these down on eBay, and I think I paid like a $20 markup, which in high school money was kind of a lot. Honestly, I haven't worn these a lot recently, so I have considered selling them a couple times, but I feel like they have too many good memories from high school, and I remember when I got these, it was like the first time that I felt like a legit fashion blogger slash YouTuber, because it was the style of shoe that all of my favorite fashion vloggers were wearing, so yeah, I can never get rid of them, and plus I think they're pretty cute. OG followers know that I originally started like my internet fashion journey with a blogspot blog called Cap-Toe Flats because I owned these Cap-Toe Flats from Payless that I loved so much. So these are kind of my grown-up, more mature Cap-Toe heels. And my last shoes for this section are these black pearl heels. Now these heels are gorgeous, but they are some of the most infuriating shoes I own because of this sound that they make. Cute, but infuriating. Just like me, I suppose. These are probably my favorite sandals that I own. They make me feel like a Princess Polly and a Bratz doll had a baby, and I freaking love it. These espadrilles are also up there in my favorites. I love that they're made out of a very summery material, but the platform kind of gives it a funky vibe. So it's the perfect thing to pair with girly summer outfits. It keeps me grounded, literally because they're shoes, and it also gives me a nice boost of height while still being pretty easy to walk in. These shoes are chic as hell, but also some of the least structurally sound shoes I've ever seen. Like, who thought these two spaghetti straps of fabric could hold a shoe on your foot? Apparently me, because I bought them. They're so cute, but I feel like they're hanging onto my feet by a thread. I snagged these heels from Intentionally Blank, which is a really cool small shoe company, and they make some funky ass styles which I really vibe with. This is one of their more simple styles, but I like that the rope adds a bit of texture even to a really simple nude shoe that pairs with everything. Speaking of nude shoes that pair with everything, these are my ultra basic Steve Madden heels. The first time I bought these was freshman year of high school, and I bought them used off of Depop for like $25 because that was all I could afford at the time. I wore the heck out of those to the point where I finally bought myself a replacement. This is the only pair of shoes that I've ever bought double of the exact same pair, but that's how much I like them. This is a really cool pair of colorful heels that I thrifted. I love that they are unapologetically rainbow, a really unique silhouette. At this point, I'm kind of running out of things to say about shoes, so that is the pair of shoes, as you see on screen. Okay, next, we've got these chunky Dr. Martens sandals that look like Birkenstocks went through an emo phase. It's not a phase, Mom. I don't know about you guys, but I have desperately missed the feeling of a bumpy foam insole ever since I stopped wearing Crocs in 5th grade, and oh boy, these are taking me back. These are Birkenstocks, but they're like foamy Birkenstocks. So first of all, they're super lightweight. Second of all, they're a heck of a lot cheaper than regular Birkenstocks. And third of all, they feel like Crocs on your feet, and it is amazing. These boots are, to this day, one of the most expensive things that I own. They are an absolute splurge, but they are sustainable, they were made in Italy, they are comfortable as hecky decky. I don't know, I've just been searching for the perfect pair of boots for so long. Every single fall, I would buy a new style of black boot. By the end of the season, they would be completely dead. So I decided, fuck it, it's time to invest in a pair that you actually like and that would last me multiple years in a row. Next up, I have these chunky, ridiculous, badass, like stomp on my face type boots from Unif. This looks like an incredibly intimidating shoe to wear, but it's actually pretty comfortable and pretty lightweight because the base is just like all foamy. So I feel pretty comfortable wearing these on a regular basis, and I love how much of a statement they are. I used to hate Dr. Martens, but then the YouTube algorithm kept recommending Emma Chamberlain videos, and then the next thing I knew, I really liked scrunchies. I own 3 pairs of Docs. I'm going to SoulCycle 8 days a week. Okay, just kidding about the SoulCycle thing. I'm way too out of shape for that, but I did spend a lot of money on Docs and scrunchies, so there's that. I got these Stella McCartney boots secondhand from an online consignment store called The Real Real. These boots make me feel like I have a membership to a country club, you know? They're very fancy. I love the gold chain on them. The tortoiseshell heel is super unique. I hopped right on the yeehaw trend and bought these cowboy boots, so I can be a trendy LA girl who pretends she's in touch with the rural American South when in reality I've lived my entire life in an urban liberal elitist bubble. But at least cowboy boots are cute, right? Oh my god, is that Taylor Swift on a boot? Okay, just kidding, that joke is from like 2016, but I'm really trying to make this video entertaining. I've been talking about shoes for like 40 minutes now, and I have run out of good shoe-related jokes, but here are these snakeskin boots. I also have this exact same style of boot in white. This kind of gives me like 60s go-go dancer vibes, and I think it's really fun to pair with a patterned dress or patterned pants like I have in this video. You guys have seen these patent boots in a lot of my videos. Other than the first boots I showed you, these are probably my most worn. They make me feel like a character in the Matrix, and I will take any chance I can to feel a little bit more like Keanu Reeves. I also wear these boots to a lot of meetings because they're the tallest heels I can confidently wear without being scared I'm gonna topple over. And yeah, I like feeling tall in meetings somehow. It boosts my confidence a lot. I also have a very similar pair in white because apparently I can never stop myself at just one color of the same type of shoe. But I like pairing these with white dresses or light wash jeans. And lastly, I have these red sock boots, which make me feel like a sassy little Power Ranger, and I love it. I just have two pairs of wedges. So the first is this classic summery espadrille wedge. I have seen these on so many bloggers, probably since like I was in high school. They've just been a classic for so many summers in a row. I also have these nude wedges that I wore to my high school graduation, and I've bothered to drag them through 4 different college apartments just so I could bring them full circle and wear them to my college graduation, which is next week. Graduation is always incredibly anticlimactic, but I don't know, a part of me is still really excited. Mostly for the snacks at the reception. I also have 2 pairs of mules, which for the longest time I thought these were ugly as hell, but now I think they're ugly as hell in kind of a cute way. So first up, I have these aggressively 90s ones that look straight out of 10 Things I Hate About You. They're from a brand called Rock Australia, which makes the most insanely comfortable shoes. Like, these bitches have arch support and everything. And I have this more modern pair of white mules as well. Some people love heels with socks, some people absolutely hate it. I personally blame the 2012 hit ABC series Jane by Design, that and Girl Boss on Netflix. I think both of those characters wore these platform type heels and they wore them with socks, and I don't know, I think quirky is such a cringy word, but I think it's so quirky and cute. I have become such a sucker for this type of platform peep toe heel, so I have these ones in white, which you guys have seen recently. I love the little studded detail around the side. I have these funky leopard ones, which definitely give me like 2000s hooker vibes, but like, I like them. And these dark floral ones, which I get so many questions where these are from. They're actually from Primark. I got them like 5 years ago for 10 pounds. So they're some of the cheapest shoes I own, but also one of my favorite pairs. Everything is one of my favorite pairs. I'm sorry. You'll know me as a hoe for textures, and that also applies to shoes. These are corduroy heels. Yes, they are made of corduroy, which is like the coolest shit I've ever seen. And then lastly, I have a very classic pointy pair of heels. I thrifted these for around $10, but I'd like to tell myself that if I painted the back red, you probably couldn't tell the difference between this and Louboutins. Anna Wintour is disowning me as we speak, but I think they look pretty damn similar and they didn't cost me like $1,000, so I'll take that any day. Okay, I feel like I've been saying a lot of shoes in this video are my favorite shoes, but these are also one of my favorite shoes. They're incredibly comfortable, they're a really unique silhouette, they look like a steampunk Benjamin Franklin. I mean, what the heck more do you want in a shoe? Next up, we have these tassel loafers. These are like my old-fashioned robber baron businessman shoes. Like these shoes say, I love capitalism. Sorry, I don't know why I'm being so sassy about capitalism today, but I read a couple too many books about our current economy, and it is making me feel peak socialist. Fun story about these shoes is that I was in a trash alley behind my building taking self-timer photos in these shoes, and this lady walks by and stops me, like I thought because my phone was on her car, but she was actually just like, oh my gosh, those are really cute shoes, where did you get them? I don't know what the point of that story was, but I guess hashtag just Ashley things. And lastly, I just have one pair of ballet flats. Despite being obsessed with ballet flats when I was in high school, I'm not a huge flats gal anymore. So I just have this one pair, which is made of 100% recycled water bottles, which probably does not make up for the environmental impact of me owning 42 fucking pairs of shoes. But I'm gonna pretend like that makes me kind of a better person. It doesn't really. I own a lot of shoes. I like fashion. Okay, anyways, thanks so much for making it all the way to the end. I'll see you guys next week. Bye!